Hello crafter, I am here with our fourth and final crochet border for this month. And I didn't come up with a name for this one, but it's kind of a scallop border, so let's get into it. Materials, I have this random Red Heart yarn and this random Karen Simply Soft yarn, and I'm using a size H 5mm crochet hook. But of course this project can be adapted to whatever kind of yarn and hook size you are using. So I'm going to show you how to work this on this little square, and we're going to start with a slip knot on our hook. So I'm starting with a slip knot on my hook, and I'm going to start in the corner just because that's where I like to start. And I'm going to insert my hook through a stitch in the corner, yarn over, and pull that loop through everything on my hook to join it with a slip stitch. So now it's time for our repeating pattern. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then in the same spot where we slip stitch, we're going to work 3 double crochet stitches. So this is 1 double crochet, yarn over, insert in the same spot, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, that's our second double crochet, and in the same spot work a third double crochet. Then I'm going to skip the next stitch, and in the following stitch I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, and pull through everything to work a slip stitch. And then at this point, I'm going to repeat this all the way around. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then in the same spot with the slip stitch, I'm going to crochet 3 double crochet stitches. So this is my first one in that same spot, second double crochet in the same spot, a third double crochet in the same spot, and then skip a stitch and slip stitch in the next spot. Once more, that's chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Work 3 double crochet in the same spot where we just worked that slip stitch a moment ago. So this is my first double crochet, second double crochet, and a third double crochet. And then once I do those, skip a stitch, and in the following stitch, work a slip knot. And that will create a little border like this. Now you might be wondering, Amanda, when we get to the corners, what do we do? Good news is this is one of those patterns that we can continue working it, and it'll go very nice and smoothly right around the corner, and we don't have to do any changes. So here I've done a chain 3, my first double crochet, second double crochet, third double crochet, skip a stitch, slip stitch in the following spot. And here we are kind of at the corner. I'll again do the same thing that we've been doing. Chain 3, and then work 3 double crochet into that spot where we last slip stitch. So that was 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And even though we're at the corner, we're gonna do the same thing we've been doing. Skip a stitch, and in the following stitch, work a slip stitch. And continue the pattern. Chain 3, 3 double crochet, in that same spot where we worked the slip stitch. So this is my second one, and then a third one, all into that same spot. Skip a stitch, slip stitch, and just continue this all the way around your project. So here I've worked all the way around. I have one more stitch to skip, and I'll just slip stitch in the base of my very first stitch from the round. Slip stitch to join. And then if I were using this as an actual project, then at this point I would fasten off. But if we ignore my tails of yarn where I haven't actually fastened off, this is what this border turns out like. It's this really cute kind of ruffled scalloped edge. Something that's really nice about this is it's really easy to adapt to whatever your size project happens to be. Because if you happen to have an even number of stitches on your project, then this border will work out perfectly. And if you have an odd number of stitches, then you'll need to just skip one more stitch at one point throughout the border. There's not any of these big adjustments like we've had to do with some of the other borders that I've shown. But this is a really pretty yet very simple ruffle border that you can add to the edges of things like a blanket. Like this will look super cute on the edge of a baby blanket. This will look cute at the top of a basket. However you want to use this border for your project. But this is the final video in my little crochet border series. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. If you didn't catch all of it, be sure to click the card up there to go watch the other ones I've posted. And make sure you subscribe to my channel so you know when I post new content. I've got some really fun crochet projects coming up that I'm really excited about. So be sure you subscribe and click the bell for notifications so you know when those videos get posted. Until next time, happy crafting!